All right, everybody, what's going on? Good morning to you and yours. Happy Monday. Little kickoff to the week after a very sad Super Bowl loss for my Eagles. But we're here to talk to somebody who is making a name for herself. She's, in my opinion, I think she's kicking the door in and making her own genre, making a statement. And I got to admit, she's pretty ballsy with all these statements too. I got to say. So let's welcome to the show the one and only Devora. Devora, good morning.
Good morning. So nice to meet you.
You too.
Thanks.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say, like when it was presented to me, I'm like, I open up and I see, and first thing I see is the Goth Dolly Parton. I said yes. Not even that I'm a fan of Dolly Parton, but it's just the fact that, let's face it, Dolly Parton is like this iconic legend and beloved and revered. And I said, this girl's got balls because she's just going right out there and just saying, look, I'm here. I'm doing this, and I am the modern goth Dolly Parton. So, how did that all come about?
Um, well, I grew up in a small town in Arizona, and growing up, I loved listening to country music, but I also loved listening to like goth, rock, emo, like a lot of the darker genres. And I had always, when listening to, the country stuff, had always wished that there was something that kind of aligned with what I was feeling on like the darker side of things. And so that's kind of how this
Mm.
whole project came about, is like the fusion of the two genres. And I love Dolly Parton. I've loved her since I was a kid. And yeah, I was like, I want to, what would this look like if it was turned on its head?
Do you know if she has gotten word of it yet?
I don't think so. I went to Dollywood with my sister in the last fall, and it was such an amazing experience. But it would be such a dream to collaborate with her in any capacity, and maybe one day she'll hear about it through the grapevine.
That would be cool. That would be super cool. So I was trying to go through and find information about you, and something a little tidbit I came across. Um, First off, you have a song I saw that I guess you put out about a year ago, maybe over a year ago, Elvis. And then
Yes,
I saw you were a fan of Elvis, and then I saw your great grandmother actually knew Elvis.
yes, yes. Gosh, my great grandma, her and my great grandfather, they lived in Portland, Maine, and they were, I can't remember what year this was, 60s or 70s. They were responsible for like building the civic center that
Okay.
uh, Elvis was performed at back in the 60s or 70s. And whenever he'd come to town, they would, go to dinner with him. And
Wow.
my mom says that her words verbatim were, he was a very, very nice, kind man. So
That's super cool.
yeah, super cool. And there was some like signed memorabilia in the family at some point, like, pictures of them together and stuff like that. But I don't know, it got lost, unfortunately.
That's wow. Not many people can get to say that.
Yeah, super cool. And I wish they were still alive to tell more stories about it.
Right. So okay, so now getting into the music, the whole Devora thing, like how long has this been going on? It seems like it's about 2 years now, because it seems also too, it's been very what's the word? Calculated.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say like you have, like I'm going through things. I'm like, all right, this she's got like a team behind her. You can tell because everything is very calculated and precise, and I like that. It's very professionally done.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This is a project that kind of it got I got signed during the pandemic, and
Okay.
it's only about a couple years old. I've been working on this music and all of this for as long as I can remember. But as far as like launching it, it's only been 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Now, were you doing something different before that, like a different style of music or anything, or?
I was. I had a few like uh, projects before, like that were a little darker, a little heavier. Um,
Okay.
I was also doing a lot of writing for. I mean, I still am for like film and TV
Okay.
scores and stuff like that. But yeah, but I've been working on this music for a long time, and it's great to finally the stuff that's on Spotify and like Apple Music. That's stuff that's actually been like in the works for a long time, but it just recently came out.
Hmm. So, what like what kind of inspired like the change? I mean, you're still 'cause you still got like a dark side to you, but it is like, and I like how you call that's like outlaw pop, but it really is. It's like you really have taken a little bit of the pop world, a little bit of the country, and a little bit of the rock, and like I keep picturing like a Rob Zombie and Nine Inch Nails mixed in there. Like
Yeah,
you've taken from all different, and you've really put it in a blender and made it your own.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that was kind of that was my intention was to, I'm really, really like Nine Inch Nails is probably my favorite band. And so, fusing that with some of the like more modern country influences, plus like
Right.
I love writing and listening to pop music. So that's thrown in there as well. It's really like a melding of a few genres.
Now, how about like I'm like going through the website I was going through, and then there was something else. Oh, like in your videos and all too. Like you have this fascination with motels.
Yes. Yes. Um I love that sort of started the motel fascination started with like I love something called urban exploration, which is where people go into like really old like abandoned buildings and
I love that stuff.
yeah, I know I love going like on the internet going through pictures and the yeah, I got obsessed with like old Route 66 motels and
Mm.
the whole thing. So I really like the dingier the better in my opinion.
There's a website called pretty sure it's Abandoned America.
Ooh,
Seriously, check it out because this guy goes around. I'm originally from the Philadelphia area, and he's from that area, and he started there, but now he goes around the country and photographs like abandoned buildings and like really cool stuff. And he's actually put books out of his photography. And I got to interview him a few years ago. Amazing. But yeah, I'm the same type. Like I like will look at his stuff and I'll just stare at it, and it's like abandoned theaters and stuff like that, and you're just like,
cool.
what happened here to make it look like this now?
So cool. Oh my gosh. I know. I love that stuff. I love looking at all the pictures and the imagery.
Yeah, it's cool. It is. It's very fascinating.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so now how about like the videos too? Like, it's not like let's face it. Most people nowadays, when they're putting videos out, it's them in a warehouse with a wet ground, and they're playing. You have gone the exact opposite because your videos are truly like that old school MTV where it's a 3 4 minute short film.
Yeah, yeah. And that's my favorite kind of music video to watch is like a narrative. Um, no, I love that stuff. I love telling stories. I'm a storyteller by nature, so that you know, this telling the stories and the songs and like cinema and film is a huge part of this, and I'm really inspired by directors like Quentin Tarantino. So I try,
Right.
when it comes time to do all this stuff with like with film, I love to take inspiration from that.
When do you catch yourself when you're writing your songs with the video in mind, or even inspiring the writing of the song, but just to go to make these wild videos, or
Yeah, sometimes a visual is there as a lot of the times, like, a lot of the times I'm writing from, like, the perspective of, like like a film narrative almost, like a movie,
right?
where you're in the moment, you can see, taste, touch, smell everything that's going on, so I love to then take that and translate it into the visual part, which is so fun.
That's cool. That's very cool. Also, too, I saw you have a comic book, so it's like you're like really into that whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wrote a comic book, did all the illustration for it and designed.
Really?
Yeah, and um, it's on my merch store. You can buy it. It's I think it's like 12, 15 pages, but it was sort of like the first installment, and I have to write more. That's only chapter one.
Are you a big comic book fan too, or
I am. I love like the Western comics, like or comics that have like more of the Western like influence, like Jonah Hex, like those are comics that I really loved growing up. So,
that's old school and way before your time?
I know way before. I know I do. I'm stuff though, so I dug deep to find it.
That's funny because when I was, as you can see, I have many grays here, but
Mhm.
when I was a kid and I was really big into the collecting comics, like me and my buddies would go to the comic stores, and I was always about superheroes. I didn't want to know nothing about westerns, and my one buddy would always that's all he would buy was Jonah Hex.
Oh my gosh, what are the odds? That's hilarious.
So now the EP was just released a couple weeks ago, and you took I guess the title track became the title of the EP, God is Dead. Um, Again, ballsy, just right out there. God is dead, making a statement, looking to get attention, and I love that. Were you nervous at all putting that out there? Like, I'm going to ruffle some feathers, or bring it on?
Yeah, a little bit. That's always kind of, with any song, like you kind of you're in a such a vulnerable position. You're putting out your feelings and um you know it's your baby essentially, and
Right.
to be interpreted by the world. And the thing about God is Dead is I knew that people would interpret it in different ways. um,
Hmm.
it's not a song that is like what you see is what it means kind of thing. There's
Yeah.
ways to interpret it. um, and I knew that my fans and my audience would know, um, you know, that it was less of a statement and um, more of a journey type thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, how about it seems like you put out a few songs, like we said, like when you started this 2 years ago. It was like singles, and now you put the few singles out, and then you put the EP out. Is there plans to do like a whole full length, or are you just going to kind of stick to this format? 'Cause it seems like that's the way the whole business is going now, is
Yeah.
singles and then maybe an EP, or
Hmm. Yeah. The next step would be a full length. So I'm excited uh, for that. That's the goal for what's next. Is definitely a full length.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, you're out there too. You're out there touring with Bush. That's a pretty cool team up.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's great. It's it's um it's great. It's been great. The guys are great. It's been so much fun. The fans are great. Um, yeah, I've only done two shows, but it's been so much fun, and I'm excited to do the rest of them.
Do you like tour life? Like right now, do you know where you are? Like,
I know. I actually love it. I love it. I live in New York City, uh, and I love New York City. It's one of my favorite places. But yeah, I love it. I'm used to it. I've done it a lot, so it kind of the road feels like home, definitely in a lot of ways.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, you're rolling into Nashville next. I think Monday it is. So I think I'll be out there to see you guys.
Oh, amazing. So not this. What day is it? Oh, next Monday. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be amazing.
And
Yeah.
actually, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's got to be because you guys are playing the Ryman, which is like the legendary place in Nashville. So I'm sure at some point in time, Dolly was on that stage.
Oh, absolutely. Johnny Cash. It's an honor to be able to be on that stage with uh, the the legends that came before. You know.
Right, right. Do you like being a person that is inspired by people like Dolly and Elvis and Johnny Cash, um, and having that fascination for buildings, abandoned buildings? Do you ever get those moments like that when you're on a stage and think to yourself like the people that probably were on this stage?
You know, it hasn't. I'm sure it has. I'm sure it has. A historic venue like the I don't think I've ever played something as historic as that. So it'll definitely be a trip when, to be on that stage. Well, it'll be like I'll be pinching myself for sure.
So now, it's a actually it's a short run tour. It's only a few weeks. So what's the plans after that then for the rest of the year? Working on more music, another tour lined up, or
Yeah, I working on more music. I've been going to Nashville a lot. I'm working on songs down there.
okay,
Um, I uh, working on a full length. Definitely touring more. There's some touring plans in the works, so it'll be great to see. Um, what's next. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a great year.
so one question I had too, like, are you getting radio airplay? Because I was curious if you are, if the radio stations are starting to pick up your music. Like, what's the genre? Like, what type of stations are picking it up?
Mostly rock stations,
Okay.
but country radio is definitely something I want to uh, start merging into. That's definitely a goal. You know.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if they are open to you, giving you a chance, you know what I mean, welcoming, or if they're kind of like, yeah, no, it's a little too out there for us country people.
I mean, when I'm in Nashville and writing, and there are people out there so welcoming, and they've been so receptive to this genre.
Hmm.
Um, my team is based in rock, um, so I'm sort of on the periphery of the country world, to be honest, like in terms of the inside.
Right.
But it's I'm going to Nashville so much, and everything's just expanding, and I feel like I'm definitely branching out.
Nice, nice. That's the
Yeah,
way to do it.
yeah,
Cover all bases, cover all genres, and
definitely,
touch everybody.
exactly.
Well, Devora, this has been great talking to you. I wish you all the luck. Congrats on the new EP and the keep
Thank
them amazing, spooky, wild, weird videos coming.
thank you. Definitely.
And have fun out there on the tour. And look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, look forward to seeing you. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Take care out there.
See you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.